Hi, welcome back to another episode of Deep Sheets Hours. We're gonna call it season 2 because it's been literally like 6 months, maybe, since I did the last episode. So anyway, happy New Year's, and also, I guess happy Pride Month. It's technically June 30th, um, and it's 11:25 p.m. So technically Pride Month is over in like 30 minutes. But I would like to say happy Pride Month to the LGBT community. Um, I'm also bi, so thanks for having me. I'm fucking dead. Um, but yeah, it's been so long since I did the last episode. It's been a while since I've done anything, honestly. But I am back. I'm done with school. And I'm just ready to learn what life has in store for me. Um, Literally, the only reason I stopped was because I was trying to finish up school. I was just like, and now that I am done, um, I'm just trying to figure out what's next for me. I'm back home, I'm at work. It's honestly like, I'm like starting to get my schedule, like a schedule back together. I literally used to like wake up at noon, like 1 p.m. every day, but now I wake up at a nice good 10:30 a.m. I work out now. Well, I used to sort of work out, but like I work out now. I'm figuring out my eating habits, which I really just still don't eat that much. But really, I'm just enjoying life right now. Life right. Well, I'm just still just trying to figure it out. Like I'm just having fun. I need some new friends, honestly, because I just need new friends to just like do things with. Like I literally don't. It's getting to a point where I can say I like don't have any friends. I have probably all the friends that I still have. They all came from high school, but there's none that carried over from college to like regular life. You know how like you have college friends, but you only became friends because you had a similar struggle, which was just trying to finish college and survive. But all my actual friends are like either people I met online, which you can, if you listen to episode 4, I don't really have too many online friends anymore. And my real life friends, they're starting to go down also because for some reason my friend, she likes to cut off all her friends when she's going through something, and yeah, we're no longer friends. um I have one friend that I like speak to now, and then like all my other friends are like 2 hours away. I'm just trying to figure things out. Like it's hard to make friends as with people as an adult. Like I kind of think about it as like how do people make friends as an adult? You just don't bump into someone at the grocery store and be saying, "Hey, you wanna you wanna get a drink? You wanna play some video games?" Like what? Like that doesn't make sense. I What would I do? I don't know. A lot of people make friends with people at work. I just I try not to cross that boundary. too much. Like, I'll talk to them, hang out with them, like, at work, of course. You know, we're getting paid to be there. But I wouldn't really want to hang out with them outside of work. Only because I don't want them to, like, know my actual personality, if that makes sense. It's honestly, I don't know. It's like, you know how you have your work ego and you have an outside of work personality. I just don't want them to meet that. Like, it's not too much of a difference, but it's only so much you let them in at work. You know, like they'll always ask questions about what you do outside of work. What do you do for fun? You play games and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, yeah, no. But they'll occasionally be like, you want to add each other on Snapchat? Or you want to add each other on PSN or something like that. And so a lot of times I'll be like, sure, but like, I'll act like I don't have the info. Like, my coworker actually did it for me. Asked me to like play the game and like and stuff with him, and then he was like, I told him my username, but he didn't know his username, so we exchanged phone numbers, and I don't think we text each other. Yeah, I guess he forgot to send it, but then I got a Snapchat friend request, which I never accepted. It's literally, I think I eventually did just decline it, like probably a few weeks ago, when like I looked at it. But it was like, no, 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 no. We're not crossing that boundary. Like, I was willing to play the game with you, but we're not crossing the Snapchat boundary. Even though I don't really post much on Snapchat these days, it's usually just to, like, message people. In a way, online friends, but also, like, Tinder people and stuff like that. Sneaky link. I'm joking, joking. Um, um, I don't know. I'm just still just trying to figure things out as like now that I am a newfound adult, you know. I I need to like I guess try to find a job within my degree. Um and like we said, make friends. Make friends. I feel like there's a few people at work that I could become friends with. It's weird. It's like you have like your work friends and then it's just like you have those crushes. I know that was like a broad switch, but it was like I I get these weird things like I can't tell if okay, you know how like you don't think about a person like that, and then this one day you feel like you click a little too well, and it's like you kind of just skip the friend level and you just like I kind of want to date you, but then like you don't realize until like weeks of being like a little invested and then like they're dating someone else and you're like fuck and it's like maybe that wouldn't work out anyway. It's like I don't want no work relationship, but then there's the next person. It's the next person. I don't know, I've had a few crushes at this workplace before, just a few, not a lot, but a few. And there's always this one specific person that made my mouth drop with water. Like, it was so funny. It was like it literally gave me like cartoon vibes, or like the way my mouth dropped. It was so funny because I don't know, and it was weird because the person also went to my college for like a bit, and we both transferred to a different school at the same time. But it was weird. But it would never worked anyway. It would never worked anyway. I don't know why. That's probably the stupidest thing though, but like he was Christian. No, not like he's like Christian, but he just seemed like the really religious type, like the real religious type, like not the person that would like preach to you about some stuff, but it's just like, yeah, I went to like a Catholic school, and it was like, oh shit, like okay, well maybe I shouldn't like dive into this. Like there's this girl at work, I love her so much because her personality is just so bright, bubbly, and kind of just out of nowhere. But she she's always about like not like gospel, but like Christian stuff. Like you know how a lot of people they identify as Christian, but they don't talk about religion. They act normal. She's just like she okay, so we was at work and she was talking about how she went on her walk and then like out of nowhere she said I was listening to gospel rap. I was just like, what? Gospel rap? And then she started trying to mimic gospel rap. Oh no. And she was like, y'all gotta listen to this gospel rap. Cause it had me on my walk feeling some type of way. I was like, okay. And I'm not the type of person that knocks someone's religion. Definitely like if you like you in a good mood and it's like you. Like if it makes you happy, it makes you happy. But I'm not the type of person I don't like it when people try to force religion on you. And like I don't ever knock it. I always like agree. Because of course growing up, I'm not saying I was like religious, but like, you know, my parents and like my family, like they used to go to church like all the time, like every Sunday. And then like one day we just stopped because me and my brother, we just stopped waking up our mom on Sundays and we was just like, we over it. Like real talk. But my brother, he may be a little atheist. Not atheist, but a agnostic. And I'm spiritual. Like I don't really do too much of the religion. Like I feel like um it can be right in a way, like where it's just like telling you to like think positive and good things will come to you, and if you believe in something stuff like that, like, but a lot of it comes from like past stuff, and it's just we're in 2021. That is stuff happening, like BC stuff. Like that's not gonna tell you what to prepare for in 2021. And also being in college, not to brag, but I took a class that was like about not necessarily religion, but it was more about teaching you about like good and bad, blah 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 stuff. And like it was a good class. It was very helpful. But it was a portion of it where we talked about religion, about basically how can you. Oh, the class was about morals. There we go. It was about morals. Um, and basically we talked about religion, and then like he was explaining about how like most of the Bible is very made up, pretty much because there's a lot of scriptures and things that hasn't even been translated, and so most of it is made up and it's not even true. I don't know. Everything about religion is just like it's all over the place, and people just be believing it and stuff, and then like they'll really be preaching it like it has something to do with 2021 when it happened in BC. Like I don't get that. I don't even know how I even got all the way over here to religion when I went. But like it's true. But like I identify as spiritual. Let's settle that, cause I believe like in the universe and like everything happens for a reason, as you should. Like that's right. Like good things will come, and sometimes you're basically like spiritual is in a way a branch of like just like Christianity and everything else. Like you just believe that good things will happen if you're good, blah blah blah, or you feed off energy and everything, and you're more in touch with your inner self and just trying to understand yourself and everything around you. That's all spirituality is. In a way, it is a bit more selfish than other religions, but in a way, it's all about self care because if there's no self care, you're not going to be a good person to the people around you and you're not going to move forward in life. And that's how I see it. Damn, that was very in- intuitive, but that's how I see it. But I guess I should go back to where I was. I don't know. I took a huge turn on religion. If I was talking about crushes at work, I just feel like I should just continue. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the religion talk because, like, I feel like we can get deeper. We can get deeper. So, anywho, oh damn, this really is about to get more deeper. I was really expecting to have my friend that's like no longer my friend on the podcast because we talk about spiritual shit all the time, and it's so good. But basically, spirituality is basically it's technically stems from I want to say black culture because this is how we're gonna start. So Christianity and black people is crazy, and I can say that because I'm black, but Christianity is technically a white people's religion, and technically spirituality should be more of a black people's religion because we're supposed to be more in touch with nature as not where we came from and how like you know we're supposed to be more in touch with nature just in general. But a lot of people look at spirituality weird, mainly in the black community, only because people think like we do like magic and shit, like we trying to curse people and stuff. It's like no, like just because we got crystals and maybe like a little conjuring, more like I don't know, like mantras, but they just see it as like witchcraft and like I mean part of it in a way it does kind of stem from a little witchcraft, but it's not necessarily associated. And it's I don't know. Like this is about to be the most weirdest thing. No, I'm not actually not even gonna say that. We're gonna talk about that another day. We're gonna talk about that another day. But I don't know. It's you can really dive deep into some stuff with spirituality and Christianity and everything else. I don't really even talk about religion and stuff like that. When I come across any type of person that's like super religious, stay to myself, and I'll let them talk, you know. It's like, yeah, because I'm not the person that's going to knock somebody's belief system. I believe you should live as free as possible and not live life, tied to a book that was falsely written years ago. Hmm. And I guess that's where I am in life, where I'm just figuring myself out. Had to transition. I'm just And that's why I think, honestly, that's why I'm making so many changes in my life, because I'm just trying to believe, like, just be positive, and like, I'm trying to learn to be a little more selfish. And that's what spirituality is. It's like, it's not being selfish, but you have to understand yourself if you want to get somewhere. You want to get where you want to be. You want to believe that you're going to get to your goals. And generally, like, I just been trying to like learn, and I don't know, just just been trying to be myself and like find hidden pieces. Like, I know, like, I enjoy walking, going to the park. Lately I've been, I don't know why, but like literally started in October. I started playing with music, like writing music. Like, I always written music. I always written music, but mainly poetry. And now since I started writing music, I haven't been writing poetry. And it's like, it in a way, writing music and poetry is all in the same. But I don't know. I feel like I'll be writing some really good stuff, and I can't do it at home. I need to get in the studio, and I feel like I can be really good. But I also remember, like, music isn't something I actually want to do. I mean, you don't figure out until like later, but I feel like it's a fun hobby. Like, it could technically be one of my goals, because I always had this idea when I was younger. Like, I wanted to be like, I guess, like a pop star kind of thing, but I mean, like a rock star. Like, I grew up on like Hannah Montana, Big Time Rush, and who else? Yeah, I don't even remember, but like the Naked Brothers band. Like, I'm just like naming albums that I have in my room. Um, but I don't know. I grew up on a lot of music, I guess you can say, but I was never like super, like, I always wanted to learn the guitar, but like I never thought like, oh, one day I can sing, because before I hit puberty, in a way, my voice was like very squeaky. So, not, I would say very squeaky, but like, I have a soft voice, but before my voice used to crack a little bit, I used to be able to hit like very high notes. And now I think I do decent. I don't know what that was. I think I'm decent. Um, Also, like, I'm a bit of a rapper, sorta. I'm just very nonchalant. Like, I do it for fun, because my original goal is like, okay, I got my degree in like studio arts. Okay, well, like graphic design and photography. Like, okay, but I originally wanted to be an actor. And then I was like, okay, now I just want to work behind the scenes. I want to work behind the scenes. I want to make my own short films. And that's why I mainly got my degree, because I wanted to learn how to like edit decently and like just do stuff. But at the moment, it's like, okay, well, I want to try making YouTube videos and just making content, streaming, and like each day, or like every few like fucking months or whatever, I discovered that there's something else that I like to do, and something else, and just like, it just adds on. It's like, okay, well, I want to do all this stuff before I hit, I don't know, I'm gonna say 35. Well, okay, no, originally it was 30. Like, I was like, I'm gonna have an album by I'm 26. 25. I'm gonna have 3 books written before I'm 30, and I'm gonna at least be in a commercial before I turn 26, like, or something like that. Like, that's like, oh my, keep in mind, like, I'm like 24, 24, and it's terrible. Joking. Like, I feel like I should just just now be turning at least 21 or 22. Not to mention, I wasted like what, 2 birthdays and a pandemic. Yeah, that sucked. But I don't know. I like honestly, I feel like there's not enough time in life. Like it was like I think back and I'm like I did a lot for my time in life so far. Like you never really think about it until you actually have to sit there and think about it. But I don't know. Like I went ziplining, I rode a horse, I've almost died several times. I've been on TV twice. I've been on the radio twice. Um, I've been plays. I was like I traveled with family alone. I haven't been overseas yet, but I would like to. I've been on a boat. Like I just think about like a lot of things that I've done, and I've done a lot. And shit, even like going to college, like I originally didn't want to go to college. It was like I did it. I just finished. I don't know. Never thought I would have been in a relationship. Sort of got in one. It was a test drive, and then we just didn't want it. uh, uh that was funny. Um, we got. Mm-hmm. We got my driver's license. Bought my own car. Got drunk and high at the same time. Yeah. I don't know. There's like a lot to think about, really. And I just like always like reminisce. Like every time I go to bed, like I think about the stupidest things I used to do. And I let a lot of that hold me back. A lot of it. A lot of a lot of things that I did, said, who I was as a person. Like I just think about it. It's like, oh my god, like I'm stupid. Like, oh my god, I can't believe I said that, did that. Like I farted in gym class in third grade. I did. And I'm still friends with one of the people that was there. We might try to get him on the podcast one time, but he always brings that up. It was like, remember that time you farted in gym class and it was like super loud and it echoed throughout the entire gym? I was like, oh my god. Leaving in third grade. I don't even think that was like worst, my worst embarrassing like moment. I think one of them is like when I fell down the stairs. Felt go Okay, I fell going up the stairs at school, and then everyone just like walked on top of me while I was while I was just laying there and I couldn't get up. There was something else. My school did a short film, it was weird. It was weird. So like I had a crush on this person, and we were in the same scene. And I wasn't like out as like bi or anything, and it was funny because this was like my tenth grade year of high school. I was still chunky or like fat, whatever, at the time too. But anywho, um, I had to play like this football person, and then the storyline, how ironic, it was it was the he was also playing a football player, but the scene was is that he was the they either trying to trying to say it right, but he was a football player, but it was a rumor going around that he was gay or whatever. And so I was like the friend, and I was supposed to say like, no, they like no, they said that about you, and that was supposed to what I think what I was supposed to say. But then I said, no, they said that about me. It's like, whoa, I'm exposing myself. And I said it with such determination too. And they was like, you said it wrong. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was confident. I was really, but yeah, just another crush in the past. I don't even know what I even saw in that person, to be honest. I crushed on a lot of people in life, surprisingly. Um, oh, oh, oh. This. I just discovered what was my most embarrassing moment in life. I figured that out. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, okay. I think I told this. Wait, did I not? Did I? Oh, no, no, no. That was the other story. I was trying to decide if I told this story in the first episode of the podcast, but honestly, I did not. So, once upon a time, when I was in, what is it? I would say like my sophomore year in college. It was so funny. So, anywho, I was taking the sociology class, and I'm just gonna say the name, but anywho, his name was Daniel. Daniel. I actually know his last name too. I think I still have his number, but um, we. Where do I start? Okay, I'll start with the first time we spoke. Oh, okay. So, damn, I actually just thought about it. Maybe I shouldn't have said his name. I was really about to expose him on the internet. Oh my god. Yeah, we could. But um so our the first project. We're just gonna start with the first project. So after the first project, we worked on every single project together. Every single one. Like it was like we had a third person in our first group, but we just kept it between us two because the first project, ironically, I did most of the work, you know, college student, doing most of the group effort, pulling it off. But no, I just get a text message one day, and it was like, "Thanks for doing most of the work or whatever," or something like that. I still have the text messages, but it was like I didn't know if it was like a flirty like remark or whatever, but it was more like it was like, "What kind of snacks do you like?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "I like gummy bears, whatever." He was like, "Okay, I got you," or whatever. And next day of class, that was like a scene, like the way my eyes went. Like I told the story, and then like the scene changed. So it was like next day, next day. we I'm sitting in class and he's a little late, like whatever, and like these girls talking behind me and everything, and he comes in and like he instantly just like brings in like the snacks and like late and gives it to me. And I'm just like, that's very. It gave me very romantic vibes, and maybe it was in my head. I can't. It was in my head, but I can like people was looking, and like I feel like they was putting pieces together, and that's how I felt. Like it felt like everybody was like, "Oh, I think they're like talking or like dating." And it felt like a rumor in the class. And keep in mind this is college, but I couldn't tell. So like I pretty much spent like this entire the first like that whole class or like semester trying to figure out if he was like a little hand tilt, but because I was like I swear like you can't tell. It was like he did come to school with in jeans with like rainbow pockets. So I was like, okay, like maybe, but it was like no, and you gotta do like the Facebook working, and honestly, like there was nothing that gave it away, and this is coming back to me now. So our second project was to get to know each other, and we chose each other as partners, and we had to ask each other questions and like get to know each other. And it was funny because I asked him, I can't remember the question, but his response was like, I'm happy that my family are like more accepting of me or whatever. And I questioned that answer a lot because I was like, more accepting of what? More accepting that, you're a little. But I think, I was gonna say, like, one day I was at work and I just got this surge of uh courage, surge of courage, but I did it in like a weird surge of courage where I text, oh shit, actually, no, I was about to pull it up. Actually, give me like 2 seconds. Like, iPhone got this option where you can like, if you like type in like keywords, it'll find the message. I'm gonna just type in gummy. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Gummy bears. Wait. Dang, I really talk about gummy bears a lot. I just fucking. Here it is. Okay, okay, okay. Oh my god. This is embarrassing. Yeah, because we did talk after. Not like talk, but like we worked on more projects together. Um. Oh, we can start off with the. This is the start of our conversation. I owe you. This is the one like he was asking if he was like gonna buy me gummy bears or whatever. So it's like he was like, "Oh, I owe you your favorite snack." He said, "Oh, wait. I owe you. What's your favorite snack?" I said, "Ha ha ha. I like gummy bears." And he said, "LMAO, I got you." And I sent a cool emoji. I was 19, and I'm cheesy. Like I don't know. Like everything just feels cheesy while I'm reading everything back. And I couldn't tell at the time, so I was like, "Thanks for the gummy bears, by the way." He said, "No problem." Um, um, Shaz on that for a minute because this is juicy. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Hey. Okay, I'm gonna do me. Wait, should I change my voice? Okay. Hey. So. Oh, sorry, wrong person. All good. But since I have your attention, my friend asked me, "Why did you buy me gummy bears?" Even though I told you, even though I told her it was because I did most of the work. She said you like me. Is that true? I don't want to make things awkward. Ah, that's funny. No, you're right. I got you gummy bears because you did most of the work. Nothing awkward. LOL. Okay, are you sure nothing awkward? Question mark. You can be honest. And he said, "Yeah, ha ha ha. What would be awkward? And about what?" And then I said, "LOL, nothing. That was all." And this was I'm trying to think. Okay, so after that, we we sat like we sat apart. It felt like a breakup. It was weird. And usually we was about to start a new project, and what happened was we usually work with each other. And so basically everybody else had partners, and when he was like, "Who doesn't have any partners?" or "Who doesn't have a partner?" me and him both raised our hand up, but also there was like two other people. So we paired up with the other two people that raised their hand, which is also awkward because I feel like the person I did pair up with, I think we matched on Tinder one time, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But after we paired up with these other people, we had to take our pairs and pair it with the other two people with next to us. And guess who was that? Guess who that was? Daniel and this other person. And so me and Daniel just looking at each other like, "Hey, like, what's up?" And it happened. Keep in mind those text messages happened the day before, like the night before, and that's why I just felt awkward. And then later, I felt like I felt stupid because this girl picked him up in his fast car one day on campus. But other than that, after that like passed by, I think I texted him that class was canceled, and he said just found out. And then he texted me one day. He said, "Hey, what did we do in class today?" And he was like, I didn't go to class either. LOL. And eventually, we did work on another project together, which we did most of the work, and then we also had a third person in our group. But yeah, let's just say while I was going through this whole thing, we actually did become friends at the end, and then honestly, I think I had one more semester after that, or that was my last semester, and then like I took a break from school, and then I transferred colleges. An experience that made me want to leave. I'm joking, but I passed that class with an A. I think while I was crushing with somebody in the class. That's how you pass. You work with somebody you crushing on, so you feel more motivated to finish the work and not procrastinate, and you get an A. Dang. So you should find a crush in every one of your classes. to pass the class, so you're more motivated. Something I should have took. Actually, no, that's false. That's false. The story I told in the first, yeah, in the first episode with the baseball player, I failed that class. I actually, I failed that class. I really did. I think it was because I just never spoke in that class. And his tests were weird. I don't want to talk about that anymore. That stressed me out. mm, That was a nice little story. I think this is where I'm going to conclude the episode for right now. Just so we can digest everything that just took place in this podcast because it went a little over the place, but also on point. And I'm also just like getting back in the feel of it. I'm debating if I want to have more guests on the podcast. It's an idea because it's weird just talking to yourself, but also you uncover a lot of things. But until then, all social medias are DrexstarX and happy hours in the deep sheets, guys. Bye.